Hey there, good afternoon, how's it going? Today is Monday, June 16th, 2025, currently 71 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 22 degrees Celsius. This is the Catholic Family Holy Church, built in around 1877. You can see there, 10 minutes past 12 noon, and we have some clouds in the sky today. This is Krupałki pedestrian street here in Zakopane in the Tatra mountains of Poland. So the weather forecast is showing severe thunderstorms later this afternoon, and so I'm really not sure what my plan is going to be today. Also, I am tired out. For one, because of my short hike yesterday that turned into a longer and much steeper hike than I was expecting. Got up into the mountains up there. And also, my hotel room is not working out great in the sleeping department, and I will head back to my room now to drop a few things and consider my plans and show you what's going on with the room. But first, let's give this statue $10 zloty. That is around $3 US. So my hotel is about a 20-minute or so walk up this way. And it is a long street here, as you can see, with all kinds of restaurants. So that is where I just had brunch. Potato snacks, cool old-fashioned style wooden inns like this, horse rides, gift shops, these little kiosks selling local products, cheeses and jams. So it's really a pretty cool street here, and the ultimate spot to wander down and get something to eat or drink. They got waffles and ice cream, pretzels, street food, galore. Those clouds are definitely looking a little ominous, and it just got windy a little bit. Definitely feels like some weather is coming in. The forecast showed around 1, 2 in the afternoon, and that is coming up. So I haven't walked this way yet. My hotel is straight up that way, but looks like it's more of the same. But let's just do a quick wander up here. See if there's anything especially interesting or some good restaurants to try. So I booked 5 nights at my hotel. Tomorrow is already my last day here, unless I extend and stay a little bit longer. So we shall see. There is certainly a lot to see and do around here. And then the weather forecast is looking a lot better going forwards after today. So today is the one stormy day of the week, it seems. So the weather looking a little more promising at the moment. We shall see what happens. Great view from here. The higher mountains out that way. So this is the room, 62 euros or $71 US. So anyone who follows my channel regularly knows that generally I just show my room at the beginning of the video with music over it and show the price, but you just see the room. I don't give a full critique and tell you like what's good, what's bad, etc. So I'm going to do that for a change now with this one. So $71 US, that is not cheap for a fairly small room. Nice, clean, perfectly fine, but it definitely has a few issues. So the first issue is the bed. So I requested a double bed, but this is actually a single twin bed with this little insert or addition or whatever that I guess collapses in there. And so it comes out. And so there is a crease right there. And this is slightly lower than this, just barely, but still, it's just kind of a little bit of a slant like that. And then you have these two things at the end. So that is a major pet peeve of mine, is beds with a footboard. I don't know why that was even invented. What is the point? It doesn't serve any actual beneficial purpose. It just gets in the way of people who aren't, 5'10" or less. I'm about 6 feet tall, not super tall, but tall enough that those almost always get in the way. And so here, then if I end up like this in the night, which tends to happen, then my feet are up against this. And so I try to, go diagonal-ish, but still that just isn't an ideal situation trying to get some good sleep. And then there's another issue, which is this. So no, this curtain is not crunched up. That is as wide as it gets. I don't know that I've ever seen this before. A big window, and then that's it. You get 2 feet of an actual dark curtain. There is the other one, like this, the light white one, but that does not keep the sun out. So right now it isn't too bad. It's fairly, mellow lighting. But the sun rises right out there, like right around there. And here we are in, you could say, Eastern Europe. You could say Central Europe. You could say Northern Europe, except we are on southern Poland, so really Central Europe. But anyways, we are a ways north, certainly quite a bit further north than when I was in Greece, for example. And I noticed the first night that I was here that the sun rises really early. So the sunrise here is 4:30 in the morning, 4:30. And of course it starts getting light before the sun rise. And so it starts getting light around 4 in the morning. And so that really throws off your sleep when it starts getting light and you try to ignore it, but you can't ignore it because of this. And the sun is shining directly into the room here. So at like 5 in the morning, 5:30, between 5 and 6, then it is seriously blasting like an absolute just spotlight on you. And I do sleep with a eye mask on, which helps a lot, but still, that kind of light leaks through, and you notice it even when you're asleep or as you start to kind of wake up a little bit, and then you start thinking, oh, maybe it's time for me to think about getting out of bed, and then you look at the time and it's like 5:15 in the morning or something. So between the imperfect bed and the light blasting through, then I've been waking up really early. Okay, so continuing with the review of the room, the Wi-Fi speeds. Look at this. That is amazing. 110 megabits per second surfing and 170 megabits per second uploading. That is a digital nomad's dream right there. You can get a video uploaded in 10-15 minutes. That is a common challenge as a digital nomad and YouTuber, is getting the videos uploaded when the Wi-Fi speeds are so variable. They have improved around the world. Greek islands used to be absolute nightmare, and they've gotten a lot better pretty much everywhere. So that is making my job a lot easier. And then you got a nice desk here. So one thing that is really missing is a fridge. I saw this and thought, oh, there must be a fridge in there. Nope, no fridge, which is a little bit of a disappointment when you want your juice cold first thing in the morning. So the first night, I realized, oh, I have a little ledge here, and it cools down at night because we're in the mountains here. And so I put my juice out here, and then I woke up with the light, and so I had cold juice. But the thing is that that is right where the sun is shining, and so that's only gonna keep your juice cold until sunrise, and then the sun is blasting on it. So that's not really a especially effective solution. And then great bathroom, all around good, awesome shower, nice change from Greece and Italy where there tends to be really tiny little showers. And then size of the room is definitely a little small for $71. So it's kind of a mixed bag. It's, perfectly fine, but has some drawbacks. So I thought that I would address really quickly here just Poland in general as far as like the prices and the standard of living. So Poland is really getting up there in the standard of living. The cities are super clean. It's really safe. There's just no garbage around. It's really efficient. Great transportation, decent trains, and beautiful landscapes. Even the old buildings, which I showed a bit in my last video, but I saw a lot of on the train journey. So it was a 2.5 hour train ride from Krakow to here. The price of that train was great. Let's see, how much was it? Now I forget, but it was only like somewhere between $10 and $20. Maybe it was like 17 bucks. But good price for a 2.5 hour train ride, especially when you compare to nearby countries, Austria, Switzerland. A 2 hour train ride could be like 120 euros or something. So that is a good price. But as I showed, the price of the room, that's kind of mid-range. But I mean, you can get a room in the US for the same price that's nicer, that is bigger, better bed, etc. But partly it is because Zakopane here is a major tourist town. But seeing the towns on the way on the train ride, they were just gorgeous. The landscapes were amazing, and there were so many just really cool looking old-fashioned towns, very, traditional mountain looking homes and various buildings, but just immaculate looking, lots of greenery like this, and just nicely laid out. They just looked really pleasant. I was super intrigued to stop and walk through tons of those towns. So we'll see, maybe I'll get out to some other ones outside of Zakopane here in the course of my time here. But basically, Poland is really becoming a very developed country, and the prices are following that. So I think you can certainly find good deals. You can find cheaper rooms, especially if you're not in a major tourist place. But don't expect it to be super cheap like other countries of Eastern Europe. So there you go. All right. Well, time to try to make up my mind. Now it's looking pretty nice out there.
Potrzebuje buchaja.